Hello, I'm Joshua Falders, and I am the baker in this year's production of Into the Woods at Metro East Lutheran High School. And I'm actually on the set of Into the Woods right now, and we're going to take you behind the scenes for a little bit. I mean, this set is incredible. I mean, we've got everything from trapdoors to fog machines.
I am Zach Schneer.
And I'm Dave Fields.
And we are two of the team of 5 that help run and organize this year's musical Into the Woods at Metro East Lutheran High School.
And we're here to kind of walk you through a little bit of the script, a little bit of the set, and just to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look at what we have affectionately known and grown to love, this script and this musical Into the Woods.
We are currently center stage right on the Into the Woods set. I've had a lot of people ask how I make the concrete wall to look like rock. This year we decided to have raised platforms, and I wanted to kind of cover the fact that they're just 2x4 lumber or 2x6 lumber with something that makes it look like there's a hill that they're actually standing on with like a grassy knoll. So what I decided to do is I made a frame that kind of flowed out from this platform and filled the frame with just random 2x4 scrap stuff. There's random plywood, there's jugs of milk, anything to kind of give it an organic structure. Then we took burlap sack and stretched it over the structure to kind of fill in the gaps, and then chicken wire to help the concrete bind and hold while it was solidifying. So the concrete mix is Portland concrete, vermiculite, and peat moss. You can find this recipe online. I found it on a YouTube video. And then I sacrificed a bean bag and used some of that inner material in the concrete mix. So for our fog machine, we are running a 1200 watt Z-Series Anatari smoke machine. That's, if you want to look it up, it's a Z-Series 2. It produces a hot fog which would naturally rise and create atmosphere. We don't want it for fill in the atmosphere. We want it to be kind of somewhat low-lying and heavy, so when it goes up in the air it will also then fall. For it to do that, we've got to cool it, so that's what this container is for. As the smoke fills into this container through a port on the bottom, it is shoved up through ice. There's a tray in here. We'll fill this all the way up with ice. As the pressure is pushing the smoke up, it will drop down in a tube and go out this port here. So in order to make this, we just took a piece of plywood with some weather stripping here, made a little door in the top with weather stripping to keep the fog from escaping out of the holes. And on the inside, we've got a double layer of round grill mesh. All right, stop that. In the bottom, there's a port that the smoke will come out of. The tray that you see there is just some grill mesh for a round charcoal grill. We cut a hole in it and put this PVC pipe, which the smoke will, as it comes up through the ice, will then drop down in this hole and come out the side. So we're coming out of the container with a 4-inch pipe and counter reducing to a 6-inch pipe. The 6-inch pipe is needed because this damper inside here will open and close. So when we push on the plunger, we don't have all this back feed back into the container. We want all that smoke to go up out. So we'll have a crew member back here waiting for the cue, have this open so that all the smoke can fill the container, and right before a second crewman plunges the smoke out, they'll close this off and the smoke will come out. So you'll see when it's open where the smoke runs down here into another 29-gallon trash can set on its side, and then out this furnace vent. So this is the opposite side, the top of the trash can that's under the stage. It's got a tarp with a plunger attached to it. So once it's full of smoke, the crew member will push this into the trash can, hence forcing the fog out through the furnace vent. So the construction of the big tree. This year we took this styrofoam sheathing. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot. and I just cut angles out of it and twist cut stuff and started stacking it and layering it. And then to fill some of the gaps between it, we use spray foam, which creates kind of a mossy texture on the outside. It also helps lock in the panels from rubbing against each other when people walk on the platforms through it and around it. So I decided to use puppets for the birds this show. The body is made out of the same blue styrofoam sheathing panels. We just cut out several smaller sections and glued them together to get the bird body. Shoved a wooden pipe up the underside, and then had a tube on the outside that helped control the wings of the bird. So the grade schoolers who are playing birds, they can just run around the stage flapping the wings as they move around, acting like birds, and they can fly them. The other puppet element that we're using in our show is a cow. We took some galvanized metal rod and bent it around a cow skull, and then used plaster cloth to make the cow's head. It's pretty rigid. I still need to put a handle on the inside to hold it, but this will be run by two people. One person will be the head, and one person will be the body, and the body is worn with a marching drum harness, and then it's suspended on a rod that goes out and underneath it. So he controls the movement of this body, and then a second person stands in front of the body and is the cow head. Still needs a final coat of paint and a little bit of touch up. Some of the plaster cloth is coming off, but it's about ready to go. So that's the two puppet elements that we're using in our show. Thanks for coming along with us on the backstage journey of Into the Woods. If you want to come and see the show, it runs 3 nights only on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 27th, 28th, and 29th of April.
Yeah, and it's about moments and how we handle moments, what we do with them, the good ones, the sad ones, the tough ones. And I want you to take a moment to come journey into the woods with us. You will not regret it. Friday night and Saturday night are at 7 p.m. Sunday is at 2 p.m. Come and join us.